guys, welcome back to Glory Hills Homestead. My name is Holly. David just started the mower, so he's gonna mow the backyard. I'm gonna go trim some baby goat hooves. It's been a really hot week here, which is part of why we haven't been able to film much. It's like the field temp has been like 111 degrees. So when you go try to film, you turn on the camera and the lens gets all foggy. So today is a little bit cooler. I think it only got up to like 94, which felt like a cold front, honestly, which is really sad, but it did. I'm just gonna update you guys with some stuff that's been going around on the farm, things with the cows, and so yeah.
Why, Mommy? Why?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, they're showing me up here.
The baby goats I'm about to trim the hooves on. One of them was born late February, then two of them were born like early to mid-March. So they haven't had their hooves trimmed yet. They're still pretty little, but I noticed they're starting to kind of grow underneath, and so we're gonna get that done while it's a nice night. So this is my sitting spot out in the goat yard. The roots of this tree form a perfect little seat right here. And so this is where I always sit to hang out, and we'll just sit here to trim hooves. This is Sweetheart. She's literally trying to chew up my mic. That is not good. Okay, so I hope this is something you guys can see. Oh my gosh, this little one is jealous for attention. Okay. So I'm gonna just start at that tip where I see it's really overgrown. Be nice, Tulip. Trim off those little extra. Don't chew on her ear. Be nice. This isn't really like a tutorial, but hopefully just having you watch while I'm doing it, you can kind of see what's going on. So I'm not gonna trim these very short because they have not calloused over really. The soft pad hasn't really calloused over much. So I'm just kind of making them a little shorter, but not by too much. If you've never trimmed hooves before and you're thinking about trying it, I recommend that you always do it during business hours, just in case you screw up. I'm not trying to be negative, but it makes things 10 times harder when things go wrong and the vet's closed. So with goats, they have this hairline, right? You can kind of see, hold on baby. There's a hairline right here. You really want to keep the shape of their hoof parallel with that hairline. And that's kind of just a helpful guideline to know which angle you're trying to create. Also, it's smart to have some blood stopping, clotting powder on hand just in case you go too short. So again, hers aren't bad. I'm not going to do much because she is kind of still getting that pad to harden up. I just wanted to take the edges off that were kind of curling under. So here's a hoof that's been done. Here's hoofs that have not been done. You can kind of see the comparison, hopefully. And don't do this unless you're wearing clothes that you don't mind getting hair all over, because they're totally going to shed all over you. It's much harder doing this on adult goats because they kind of want to fight you on it and they're harder to pin down. Baby goats, it sure is easy though. Obviously this is not stressing her out any. She's literally just like laying down in my arms having the time of her life. In her mind, we're just cuddling. We're just hanging out having snuggle time. So these tools I'm using are actually just gardening shears, but any little sharp shears will do. I've even used wire cutters in a pinch when I couldn't find mine, and that also worked fine. Yeah, that wasn't bad, huh? That wasn't bad. And this is the aftermath. Just hair everywhere. Well, it sure is such a pretty evening. You've probably seen from one of our shorts. Tux the bull is here again. Oh my gosh. Stop. Guys, this peacock comes and hangs out here every year, and now it has babies. Oh, I wish this had a better zoom. Looks like there's just one baby. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, it's precious. That just literally made my whole night. That was the cutest thing ever. I needed to see that. That was joyous. As I was saying, we have Tex here normally to breed honey. But the other day I came outside to milk honey, and this gate here behind me was knocked down. Jolie, our little 19-month mini Jersey, had a big bloody gash on her face, and she was out of this calf paddock. Now we've kept her in this calf paddock so she wouldn't get bred, because Tex is a mid-sized Jersey, and he's the one who bred Gracie, and Gracie's even quite a bit bigger than Jolie, so that was not a problem. That was very intentional. But needless to say, it was her time of the month to get bred. He knew, and it looks like he's the one who probably knocked the gate over, but long story short, gate got knocked over. I came out. Jolie had very obviously been bred. This is Jolie. If you're new here and don't know who I'm talking about, this is our little mini. Size comparison. These two are the same height. This is a 6-month Jersey calf who is a full-size Jersey. So I'm 5'6". Come here. She comes up to about, gosh, under my belly button. So she's about 38 inches tall. Did you just knock into me? Don't be rude. So she's very tiny. So Tex is not a huge bull, and he does throw small calves. It's one of those things that happened. They literally broke off the hinge of the gate, so there's not much more you can do when it comes to that. She was in here to try to not get bred. She got out because she was hormonal. He was ready for it, and they broke down the gate together. Her face is fine. That already healed up fine. But I was talking to some of my dairy cow mentors. What you doing? You being sweet? And just a lot of friends who also have dairy cows, and 100% of them all said she should be fine, don't freak out. Jersey bulls in general throw really small calves, which we have had his calves born here, or one of his calves born here before, and she was very small. But Stormy was just trying to nurse on Jolie. It's another thing we've been fighting. Jolie has a, oh gosh, what is the word? Precocious, I think it's called a precocious udder, which is where she basically produces milk-like substances. It's not like straight milk, it's kind of like a watery milk. It's technically a hormone imbalance, but it means that she has really good milk lines, because before she was ever bred, this has been going on for like 6 months, she is getting a little bag, which heifers don't normally get a bag, but that means she has really good milk lines. So since she's been in this pen, Stormy, who has been weaned since 4 months old, has been trying to nurse on Jolie, which we can't do because that can cause her to have mastitis and an infection, which is why she has the ring in her nose, so she's not able to get milk out of Jolie. Anyway, that's besides the point. What I was getting at is, in the case of you having a really small cow and getting bred by a really big bull, normally you would give a cow something called Ludolase, which is a medication that basically ends the pregnancy. Now, I don't like that. It's not at all my first choice, and that's a last resort for me. This girl needs to stop. I don't want to give her that, but I would if we believed that that calf would potentially end her life, because it would grow to be too big for her to carry, ultimately causing her to have a really bad, painful death. If she did take, I think we're just going to wait it out and see what happens. Not feed her a lot of grain, if any grain, the 2nd and 3rd trimester of her pregnancy, because we wouldn't want that calf to grow very big. We would obviously have a vet on standby for an emergency C-section if that case arose. But I was freaking out, and everyone who's more experienced than me, that I highly trust, who has been doing this for way more years than I have, said they wouldn't worry about it, like, at all. So that would mean next May we have 2 calves hitting the ground instead of 1, which again was not the plan, but I'm just gonna be covering it all in prayer and seeing how it goes. Good news is Jolie is a registerable mini Jersey, which is a very high dollar thing. She has A2A2 genetics. Tex often throws a lot of heifers. Tex is also registered, and so their baby would make a great baby. I'm just concerned about the size of the baby. But also, nature often won't grow a baby bigger than what the mom can handle. So all of that to say, Tex was here to breed honey. He ended up getting with Jolie and honey. It happens, and that's the thing, is like I have the choice to give her Ludolase, or I have the choice to let her get this pregnancy to the end and see if she can do it. Part of farming is you have to do your best to make choices, educated choices, and then you have to live with your decision, which is sometimes the hardest part when you're treating illnesses, when you are helping in calving and kidding. I just ask for the Holy Spirit to guide me and give me peace over what is the best decision for our animals and our farm. And then I just do my best to prepare, gain as much knowledge as I can, so I can be a good caretaker when the time comes. And then give it to God, and that's really all you can do. If all of my like really awesome, highly trained mentors are not worried about it at all, I'm gonna try to just not worry about it. As you guys know, June had pink eye for a long time. It is completely cleared up. Praise the Lord. It took about 4 to 6 weeks. It was a really long recovery, but she is good now. The sad news though now is that Honey has pink eye. And she can't have a lot of medications because she is for one, she's a cow in milk, and for two, she is now what we would consider bred. So we haven't confirmed her pregnancy. She's trying to get into the barn. You're gonna step on my toes, girl. Just trying to get minerals. These girls think I have food for them. I don't. I have minerals. I noticed that the big girl's feeder is low on minerals, so we're gonna go fill that up. Hey Stormy, I'm sorry I don't have a treat for you. It's just minerals, not anything exciting. Double pink eye, not ideal, not good. So she can't see very well, and it breaks my heart. I've actually been super emotional about it just because we had that big scare with her a few weeks ago where we had to rush her to the vet after hours. She ended up being fine, but I'm still just kind of emotional from that. My animals, I care deeply about them. So when something isn't, exactly as it should be, I take that on very heavy. Look at these two lovebirds. I always say these two are an old married couple because they totally are. They're a bonded pair, and they cannot live without each other, quite literally. Get a room. That is a very symbiotic moment. Oh my goodness. Literally just scratching each other's backs. Hey. So that thing on her face is a fly mask, and then on the left eye I have a patch over it because that's the worst of the two eyes, and I'm trying to keep sunlight off of it because sunlight can irritate her eyes. This way. No. This way. Right here. She really does not like wearing it. I don't blame her. I'm sure it's so annoying. There we go, beautiful. I love you. Then it always kind of takes her a few minutes to open up her eyes in here. I have for now canceled all of our milk pickups for the week. Obviously there's a time and place for medicine, and I'll give her whatever she needs to heal. But first we want to try kind of the lighter options before we bring in the heavy guns. So if we were to give her like some heavy medications, that would be a 30-day milk withdrawal period, which just means that us and the other 5 families that she gives milk to every week couldn't have her milk for a month. So not ideal, but I also am by no means willing to compromise her health to give us and other families milk. She is my first priority, so I'm going to do what's best by her first. So for the time being, I've just told people milk is going to be canceled until we can get her at least on the mend, and when we can see improvement with whatever treatment that is, and then we can resume milk pickups. Yeah, my poor baby. So we do have an exciting event coming up. It is called the chicken fight. It's called the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. It's in McAlester, Oklahoma. It'll be at the end of September. We will be speaking over money-saving tips on the homestead.
It will be a 2-day event, and so you want to come both days because I do have stuff that overlaps. However, we're only going to be able to speak on Saturday. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we can answer your questions to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah, but we invite you guys to come. It's going to be really fun. There's going to be lots of speakers.
There will be.
And I'm like super excited to be one of them.
Exactly.
It's a pretty big honor. So
it's pretty fun, but you guys don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah.
If you guys are out of state or something of that nature, it might be worth your money to come fly in. And
I can put the information below. The guy who is organizing the event has a discounted rate with a hotel nearby. So if you guys are coming in from out of state or out of town, I can leave that information down below as well.
Exactly. So we love you guys. Don't forget, you guys are born for such a time as this. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Oh my gosh. Ready? Run, run, run.